Hi everybody, welcome to Ndoko Farm, where we basically convert small spaces into gardens. So today I'm going to be guiding you on why did I decide to use grow bags instead of containers. Yeah, sorry for the lighting. Even though it's something that is very new in the Kenyan market, it's going to take tractions within the next few years. So I wanted to tell you as to why I decided to use these grow bags. This one, it's a bit big, and it usually comes equally. So this one is a bag, and when it's open, yeah, that's how it looks. It has the handles. These ones, yeah, beautiful handles here, and yeah, it has strong fabric, because if we look at this one and then I try to do this, it's so strong that the longevity of it is about 5 years, and it works very very well. So yes, that's the grow bag that we're talking about, that I decided to bring to the Kenyan market. And as I said, inakuja ikiwa packaged hivi. So why is it that I'm advocating for the use of these bags? Why is it that I'm leaving the containers? Okay, so let's head back to when I started. I started my journey of gardening in the year 2017. So I decided to try with hydroponics water, which was a success. I went to pipes, which was still a success. And then I decided to do something for mothers, that the little space that you have unataka ikuwe na much production. So I went to containers. I went to vertical gardens, which I usually convert drums into gardens. And then now I decided for the deep rooted plants, let me try to grow plants like cabbages, like carrots, to see whether it was going to work. So my first idea of the containers was in 2019. I bought several containers from Ken Poly, and I decided to use them to grow. So it has been an interesting journey, because one thing I realize is that if the mixture is not very okay ya containers, kutakuwa na ile roots zinashikana. I don't know whether you've ever encountered that, where the roots zinashikana sana, and then the plants sometimes zinafikanga mwisho, like they stagnate, they are not able to grow further. And that is still an issue, because you find that if the roots are not able to breathe, if the roots are not able to develop very well, you're going to be having what you call stagnation. Maybe the plants that you're going to get, they are not that okay if you don't tend to your garden. And sometimes you also realize that the drainage is so poor, the drainage of the containers, and the infections of the plants that are in the containers is very high. And sometimes you also realize that kwa containers, they may take longer time to grow compared to others. uh, I think when I come to explaining about the grow bags, is like I take an example of just like a human being. There's that time when you want to go to bed, you want to be free, so you use your pajamas, right? And when you want to go out, maybe you wear tight clothes, which is very much okay. So that's the same thing when it comes to plants. So for the trousers that you wear that are tight, that is a container for the plant. And when it comes to either the night or you want to be free, we have the grow bags there. So when the roots are able to breathe very well, and they are able to breathe, they are able to spread out very well, you realize that the growth of the plant is very very fast. I did this I first of all started using I took the containers candle, and also I took the grow bags candle. I wanted to see whether there's a difference. Why is it that people are trying so much to advocate for this grow bag? What is it that is making them unique? So I took the containers and I took the grow bag. And one thing was very clear for sure, was that the growth of the grow bags was very fast compared to the ones that zenye ziko kwa containers. So I decided to research as to why is it that they are growing faster. And one thing I realized is that the grow bags have air pruning. Air pruning, venye nimesema, it's able to breathe. It allows air to get in. It allows air for the plants, for the roots, zipate vizuri, and then they are able to spread out. The next thing is that I realized the growth of the grow bag is very fast. As I post every picture that I post on Facebook page of Doggo Farm, you realize that after I post a picture 1 week, the other week the growth is going to be very different because they are going very, very, very fast. And here, I'm not using chemicals, no. I'm a huge advocate for organic farming. So what I usually do is that I usually make my own potting mix, which you also sell, and I've tried to see whether is it possible for you to use soil and manure in grow bags as compared to where we have the containers where you had to use potting mix, because I realized the roots were not able to breathe, so I had to come up with a mixture that is going to enable the roots to grow. So what I did is that I have tried to use soil, manure, mainly cow dung, and I've also mixed it with lime here, calcium carbonate, so that we can neutralize the acidity of the soil, which is here in Murang'a because the acidity is usually very high. So one thing I've noted is that they're also able to grow, which was not something that I saw when it came to the containers. So the mixture of soil and the manure has worked very well. And the other thing is that because the soil is still able to breathe itself, and there is no compassion, the drainage is very, very much okay, because ukieka maji, the water does not atikuka ndani sana. No, it drains itself very well, and you can also be able to collect that water and recycle it to the gardens. So when it comes to the mixture, soil and manure, it can work very well for the grow bag. For the containers, I realize the compassion is very high, and also when you try to sema, like the first harvest ikwe skuma na spinach, ama terere is amaranth, ama you have the African nightshade, and you decide that you want it to change. You want to change the plants that you're growing. Like let's say you want to go to which is one thing, like tomatoes, you want to go to capsicum, you want to go to carrots, ukitoa hizo za nini zenye umegrow kwa grow bag, I realized that haina shida sana, haishikani sana. So I don't know why, but it's still helping in that the proper drainage and everything ensure that the hazishikani sana, the soil like compact sana compared to the containers, because it was a bit, the ability of it to breathe was very much low. Okay, so, and as I've said, the longevity is the above 5 years is proper drainage for these awesome bags that I'm advocating for, and then the breathing is very high. And you also realize that if you want to avoid having pests most of the time, more plants being affected, it's possible, if possible, for you to buy the potting mix. That's the best thing, because you realize that soil has most infections. I've done I have the soil and the mixture, yes, yeah, easy, zinakuwa vizuri, and the infections are very high compared to when I have this one and I have the potting mix, which has very little concentration of soil, where we mix with other stuff like vermiculite, we have cocoa peat, we mix it, and also we have we add some organic fertilizer from the companies that we talk to. So you realize that the infection rates when you're using the potting mix is different. It's a bit low compared to when you're using the soil and manure. Okay, so it's upon you to decide what design you actually want. So as a piece of advice is, I'm an environmentalist, and that's why I founded Doggo Farm. So I was trying to recycle the plastic into gardens, and as I'm realizing that plastics is becoming an issue, that's why I'm moving to the grow bags. The grow bags are biodegradable. That means that you don't have to worry that in these how many years is this going to be there. No, it's friendly to the environment. You can be able to move it. Okay, and then the next thing I wanted to show you was what is the capability of this bag. Okay, so let's see the strength. I'm going to get the 20-liter mtungi, and then you're going to see how strong the bag is and how it's able to hold a lot of plants within this one bag. So Let me take a mutungi ya 20 liter nieke hapa, and then I'll be able to lift it up, because that's how this bag, how strong the bag is, and something that I'm advocating for you guys to use. Give me a minute. We have the 20 liter mtungi, and you're going to see whether it can be able to carry, and it still has water in it. So let's test out the ability of this bag to carry the containers with water. Okay, so we have the 20 liter mtungi that I have here, and the grow bag, and then you're going to see whether is it heavy enough to hold it, and is it strong enough to carry the 20 liter. It has water still, and let's see what we're going to do. Kindly. Okay, so our grow bag, we put it here, and then we kind of, just a minute. Okay, okay, so we have the grow bag, we have the 20 liter mtungi, and we're going to see whether it's able to carry the water. Okay, let me put the mtungi, this one, it has water. Okay, make a grow bag, and then we're going to see, can you be able to carry it, and how strong is it to carry all that stuff, compared to the gunias. Gunia ukiweka mtungi haitakaa sana. Okay, so let's see, am I able to pick it up? There's water here. Okay, so here I lift it up. There's still some space that is being left. Let me show you. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, so there is still some space that is being left, as you can see, kunai. And then when I try to pick it up, you can move it. Still strong. The handles are so strong. The bag is so strong. So there goes the bag. It's strong. As they are pruning, the plants are able to breathe. And I'm going to be attaching pictures of how the bag is. So you see, there is water. I'm gonna imagine, and I can move with it like that. Okay, so I hope from what you've seen, the capability of this awesome bag, you can be able to put anything here, like the 20 liter mtungis, which is a bit heavy, and is still able to hold it. You can move with it. It's portable, so in case you're living in rental places and you're wondering, what am I supposed to do? I have like a gunia, you cannot move with it. For this one, you can comfortably move with it. Okay, and it's still cute. When you use soil and manure, you realize that inaweza kukua whitish huku, but when you use a potting mix, that inakuanga very few, very kidogo. But if you want it to be neat, unaweza kuwa ukifanya hivi, you just wipe it huku juu, sawa, and then it's going to be still okay. Ni kama unaipanguza huku juu kidogo tu. You can use a brush, unapanguza tu, not a brush but kagunia yenye unaoshanga nayo, unaipanguza hapa juu, you wipe it on top, and then after that it's going to be okay. When you use soil and manure and and ash, when you mix it, the ash or the lime, unaweza kuwa ukipanguza. Okay, when you use potting mix, what I saw is that it doesn't get that whitish huku juu. It's going to be very fine for you. Okay, so in case you have any questions, kindly let me know. Sawa, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Tell people to subscribe so that they can learn together with us. Why? Next time we're going to be learning about making organic fertilizers and organic pesticides, and are they going to work? You're going to see whether they are going to work. And join me in this awesome journey of learning how you can convert small species into gardens, to see the beauty of it, to consume vegetables that are fresh for your family, and to ensure that your health is okay. Because the reason as to why I did this, the reason as to why I decided to to go to organic farming is because I've consumed some vegetables and the ones in the market, chemicals iko juu sana, and I ended up going to the hospital. My child has ended up going to the hospital. Many people that I've talked to, they are complaining so much about the chemicals that are there. And when I grow mine and the insert plants, people buy from me. And you have that at the end of the day, your mind is okay, you're happy that you have good and healthy food for your family. Okay? So until next time, bye.